Tonight on Southwest Local News. Hazardous chemical vapours leak from silage pit near Piriniellic. Halls Gap Zoo suggested for Western District Wildlife Hospital. A koala caught by rabbit trap in Warrnambool with locals assisting. And in sport, Warrnambool hosts basketball carnival over the weekend with 165 teams competing.
Live from Silver Ball Studios in Warrnambool, this is Southwest Local News with Sharna Rogers.
Good evening and welcome to Southwest Local News. Hazardous chemical vapours from a silage pit in Tomahawk Creek Road in Piriniellic have prompted an advice message from CFA. Strong winds are blowing potentially toxic fumes northwest towards the Princess Highway. Authorities say there is currently no threat to the community but urge residents to stay informed. People are advised to avoid the area and close windows and doors to prevent vapours entering homes. Emergency services remain on scene as investigations into the source of the hazard continue. Halls Gap Zoo has been suggested to State Minister for Environment Steve Dimopoulos as a proposed location for a wildlife hospital in Western District. The minister visited the zoo in April, where owner Mark Trowick suggested portion of the zoo's land would be a suitable location for the facility. Since the meeting, Mark has been trying to follow up the discussion with the minister's office, but is yet to hear back. Speaking to Southwest Local News, Mark mentioned he had met with the Shire a fortnight ago, seeking their support, and the next day the minister announced a wildlife hospital for Kyabram.
We had Minister Dimopoulos here at Easter time, and we actually brought up a Western Victorian Wildlife Vet Centre here in our front paddocks here at the zoo. And at that point, we didn't know there was a promise in the DECA and things like that for that. And he brought up that there actually was a promise, and there's a big open space here where we could do that. Tried to contact them a few times. I've been given the contact in the office there to talk to and not heard back at all for the 6 months. We sat down last week with the CEO of the Shire and the Mayor, and we had a bit of a chat about getting their support behind it as well. And then we drafted the letter up, and then all of a sudden this announcement came out. So it was all very close timing. Well, obviously you've got the Grampians here, and we had the fires last year, and there was vets coming in from Melbourne and Werribee from Zoos Victoria to help out with that. When you put us in a central location like here and you put a 200-kilometre radius around us, it includes a lot of Victoria, right up to nearly Swan Hill, right down to the coast and right across to the South Australian border. It's such a central location, it'd be a great spot. It's definitely required out in Western Victoria. It's needed somewhere, and we're just providing a space where they could do it.
Warrnambool Fire Brigade assisted Mosswood Wildlife to rescue an injured koala in Ponting Drive this morning. The koala was trapped by its front foot and managed to climb a tree for safety. It was transported to the vet group on Wollaston Road for treatment. Rabbit traps are closely regulated. Steel jaw traps are strictly prohibited. Traps with rubber jaws are known to break bones, and wildlife groups have been calling on them to be banned. Morning traffic was delayed in West Warrnambool today after a collision at a busy intersection. A truck and a car collided on the Hopetoun Road and Crawley Street intersection. There were no reports of injuries. All emergency services attended with traffic diversions in place until the scene was cleared and safe. Warrnambool celebrated a milestone in style on the weekend. The 2025 show, which was held on Saturday, was the 170th. Big crowds came through the gate, with the next generation enjoying the magic of the show, with lots of young families attending. While rain set in during the late afternoon, the weather held long enough for the big crowd to take in all that was on offer. The show lived up to its billing as an agricultural showcase, with the sheep shearing a highlight. And while many showgoers enjoyed the high-quality shearing competitions, they have even more to look forward to in 2026. It has been announced the Warrnambool show will host the National Shearing Championships next year. Warrnambool last held the Nationals in 2012. Champion Hexham shearer Roger Misford, the man behind getting the titles to town. Mr Misford said it was an exciting get for Warrnambool.
We've acquired the Australian Shearing Championships, or the titles, so they'll be here next year, so it'll be a 2-day event. It's going to bring, obviously it's going to bring a lot of people here. It's also an international event, so it's a trans-Tasman between Australia and New Zealand, which has been going on as long as I can remember. It's a fairly strong competition too, so it'll be a really good spectacle.
Since its launch, Ambulance Victoria has referred more than 85,000 patients for virtual care. The 24/7 online emergency department has been described as a win-win for patients and paramedics. It has eased the burden on not only Ambulance Victoria, but also hospital emergency departments. It allows for the appropriate level of care to be given, keeping the more serious cases for face-to-face treatment. The virtual ED can be reached online at www.vved.org.au. Warrnambool's Multicultural Festival has announced its music and dance lineup for 2026. The music talent assembled includes performers with Irish, Vietnamese, Filipino and Argentinian heritage. Thai temple dancing, African drumming and traditional Chinese dance will all be on the agenda. The event will also have a workshop program featuring Dutch tulip painting, Indian dancing and learning how to play the harp. The festival will be held at the Civic Green on November the 8th. One of the greatest country singers of all time will help raise funds for a vital Southwest community organisation. A tribute night to the late great Hank Williams will be held on November the 1st. The event will act as a fundraiser for community radio station 3-Way FM. The venue will be held at Music Homestead on Mortlake Framlingham Road. Entry is $10 with BYO drinks and snacks. Southwest residents with an interest in joining the Australian Defence Force will get a close-up look next week. The Defence Force will be hosting an information session at the Whalers Hotel next Wednesday. Current serving members of the Army, Navy and Air Force will be on hand to talk about their experiences. The session begins at 6 p.m. and bookings can be made through the Australian Defence Force careers website. With Christmas less than 2 months away, plans for the big day have begun. An important annual event in the run into Christmas also undertaken. The Salvation Army Christmas Appeal has kicked off with all funds raised to help those in need over the festival season. The need for this help grows at a time of the year as families in need struggle with extra costs surrounding Christmas. Donations can be made online at Salvation Army website. The process has begun to find Warrnambool's most impressive community members. Warrnambool City Council is now calling for nominations for its annual Citizen Year Awards. Categories include Citizen of the Year, Young Citizen of the Year, Local Achiever and Community Event of the Year. Nominations are open until November the 13th and can be done online or by picking up a hard copy at the Civic Centre. The 2025 Citizen of the Year was mental health campaigner Nathan McCain. That's all in general news, and after the break we'll return with sport and weather. Back soon.
B&B Furniture Plus now stock a range of adjustable beds. They have mobility aids to help you live your life to the fullest and lift chairs for the best in comfort. B&B Furniture Plus is locally owned at 203 Lava Street, Warrnambool.
Looking to join a group tour departing right here from Warrnambool? Or maybe create your own personalised trip with friends and family? Take the stress out of your next getaway with Warrnambool Travel. Call today to find out more.
VG Cabinets is your specialist cabinetry team, servicing Warrnambool and surrounding areas. With over 20 years' experience, the team here can get your cabinetry needs sorted. Housing a CNC router to make sure all the cuts in the workshop are accurate for a perfect install on site. VG Cabinets cover all areas, including kitchens, vanities, laundries, flat packs, stone bench tops and new homes and renovations. We offer free quotes on any job, so don't hesitate to call Lee on 0408 580 991.
You can't beat local, and Daly's IGA Fresh Marketplace is as local as it gets. You'll find the best quality fresh produce matched by friendly customer service. Daly's has your favourite brands, complemented by expert local grocers living in your community. In-house butchers and local liquor specialists are on hand to provide you the best our region has to offer. Join IGA Rewards for exclusive member discounts and cashback right here in your community. Daly's IGA Fresh Marketplace. You can't beat local.
The Tyre Factory Warrnambool is proud to support the local motorsport industry. Jeff and the team would like to wish all their drivers the best for the 24-25 racing season. The Tyre Factory Warrnambool, for all your tyre and mechanical needs. Raglan Parade, Warrnambool.
Tonight's sport is proudly brought to you by Nutrient Ag Solutions, Warrnambool and Timboon. Getting the most out of your farm. Contact the team today.
Welcome back, and first making news in sport, Warrnambool and District welcomed many of the state's best junior basketballers over the weekend. The occasion was the Warrnambool Basketball Seaside Carnival. While the Arc in Warrnambool was the main venue, other stadiums used for matches included those at schools in the city, as well as in towns such as Koroit, Port Fairy and Terang. In all, 165 teams in boys and girls age groups from under 12 to under 18 competed, with teams from Millicent and Mount Gambier in South Australia joining teams from regional Victoria on the court.
Yeah, the weekend was really good. It was fantastic to see all the local families, even as far as interstate, coming across from South Australia, Millicent and Mount Gambier. We had courts out at Terang, which was fabulous. So all the kids played really well. The teamwork and camaraderie across everyone, even with our volunteers, was amazing. So we really appreciate everyone on board this weekend. A lot of people around, a lot went to the show on their downtime, so it was good to see them out about Warrnambool and just seeing what we've got to offer around here and to support our local juniors.
Western Playing Area Bowls braved the rain to get results for its second round on Saturday. Portland was the biggest winner for the day, defeating Terang by 36 shots. Koroit got its season going with a win over Warrnambool Gold, while Timboon had an away win over Dennington. City Gold, Warrnambool Gold, City Red rounded out the day's winners. The heavens opened up on Sunday to ensure no Premier Grade results were achieved in Warrnambool Moyne cricket. All games managed to get an innings in, but none were able to advance the second due to constant rain. The washout leaves the ladder as it is at the start of the round, with North Warrnambool on top. It was the second round affected by rain from 4 rounds this season. Saturday was the first game to be played on turf wickets for 2025-2026. Talented Warrnambool athlete Grace Carter flew the flag for the Southwest at 2 events on the weekend. Carter competed in Cobden Gift on Saturday and the Mortlake Gift on Sunday. At Cobden, Carter finished 4th in the final and backed up on Sunday with an even better result at Mortlake, coming in 2nd. Visiting athletes win the men's and women's gift finals at both venues. Today in Warrnambool was supposed to be a mostly sunny day, but it ended up being cloudy, with 30-kilometre winds from the south. After the break, we'll go through the full forecast.
Is it time to upgrade that outdoor chair? How's your tent holding up? Need a gazebo for that special gathering? George Taylor Stores carry all the summertime essentials that you need to make this summer the best. We'll answer your questions and have you ready in no time at George Taylor Stores.
De-sexing keeps your dogs healthier and happier for life. At Lava Street Veterinary Clinic, it's safe, simple and stress-free. This October, enjoy 20% off dog desexing. Book today for a healthier future at Lava Street Veterinary Clinic.
Bell's Garden Centre has the largest range of sand and soil products in the southwest. People choose Bell's because you can't buy experience, and Bell's has plenty. With bulk product delivery available across the southwest, for your next project, it's gotta be Bell's.
A smart blend is a way to feed animals without the farmers having to use mixer wagons, use extra labour. It gets its ingredients that suits the type of animals that we're making it for.
We've been using the Ridley Smart Blends for 8 years. We use front end loader, tractor forks and bucket to feed both bales and in bulk. For the simple reason is it's one package, it's all in there, just make it so easy.
Tonight's weather report is proudly brought to you by Anchor Point Retirement Village. New homes are being built now. Book a tour today.
Welcome back. Around the region, partly cloudy, light winds for most of the region, with light winds from the southeast. It will be warmest on Wednesday. Now to the forecast. In Port Fairy tomorrow, there will be no rain and a top of 16 degrees with a partly cloudy day. 17 degrees on Wednesday with a partly cloudy day. Up to 21 with no rain and mostly sunny on Thursday. Mortlake, there will be no rain with a partly cloudy day and a top of 17 degrees. Wednesday, 19 degrees and a partly cloudy day. Up to 24, cloudy, no rain on Thursday. Sunny tomorrow in Camperdown, Colac region with a top of 16. Wednesday, partly cloudy, a top of 18. 22 degrees with a mostly sunny day for Wednesday. In Port Campbell, partly cloudy and 14 degrees. Wednesday, cloudy with a top of 15. Thursday, mostly sunny and a top of 17. Home to Warrnambool, partly cloudy and 16 tomorrow. Wednesday, partly cloudy and 17. 22 on Thursday with a mostly sunny day. That's it from your team on Southwest Local News, and thank you for tuning in, whether it be online or on 3-Way FM. If you missed any of the bulletin, you can watch it back on demand on Fitzmedias Facebook page. Until Wednesday, with peace, good night.